So, hello and welcome to another Cyber Squad gaming video. Today we're going to be discussing Epic Games exclusive giveaways and their drive to capture market share from Steam. So, with me today I have Thomas. So, how are you doing today, Thomas?
I'm doing good, Mike. Thanks.
Okay, so we're going to talk because news came out recently that Total War Troy, which is a massive series, Total War is renowned for strategy games, was going to give away its brand new game for 24 hours exclusively on Epic Store. So this raised a lot of eyebrows, what kind of money changed hands, etc. But long story short, it went on to download 7.5 million times in 24 hours, and I found those numbers astounding.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, all right.
So with that, is this a good way for Epic to go and steal people from other platforms to the Epic platform? Now they're playing games on Epic's platform. Are they going to buy more content there?
Think I think it's less about getting people using their platform in terms of stealing to just straight up using their platform. I'm guilty for one to being one of those people who signed up for an Epic account purely so I could get some of these free games because they're killer deals. I mean, like GTA 5 for example, right? GTA 5 free for a period of time. The amount of signups they got from that was ridiculous. Even if you've only signed up, they've still got you within their system now, and you will at least check back for more.
Yeah, you've sort of signed up to their mailing system, you've signed up to their content and their deals and their sales and stuff like that. Because I even read, like, when they did the GTA 5 giveaway, that they said the boost to Epic Store's online game sales and GTA's online revenue was greater than the value of the games they gave away. So it is generating Epic more money than it's costing them.
I would never have guessed that though. I know they have tons of DLC for GTA 5, or at least they have all that whole Shark Pass, whatever you call it, all the in-game money for multiplayer. I would not have believed that the amount of money made from the online sales actually topped getting the game for free.
So is this a case of it's I mean, is this a case of like traditional marketing? It's like you come to my ice cream store and you give you one scoop for free if and then you'll say, well, you'll come back again for some more because it's the best ice cream around. And I mean, I know that's a silly analogy, but is that what they're doing? They're using that sweet Fortnite dollars to basically say, hey, Troy, we'll give you $40 million if you turn around and let's have this game for 24 hours, or we'll give you $15 million for 24 hours or whatever. Go ahead and give it to them. And then, do the game
Well,
developers like Total War, who has slowly been sort of not had a great run in the last couple games, is this a way for them to get their name back out there?
that's just it though. So there's two things there. One is, like you just said, is it games that are experiencing their own financial difficulty anyway, that are now being guaranteed a set revenue in a short period of time to get their name out there, kind of like Troy, right? It had a ton of downloads in the first 24 hours. Epic paid for that essentially. They basically, you know how it all works. They essentially would have bought it for all the people who had downloaded it on their average, what they assume people would probably download it for. But you're right. It's all that Fortnite money that's just coming out and getting these deals, and it's not one, it's not two. I think since GTA 5, even before then, every time they release a new one, it's been a worthwhile deal to go and grab and add to your account. Every single game I have on my Epic account at the moment, from that GTA 5 onwards, has been from this system. I'm not sure I personally will ever purchase anything from there, um, because you could argue Steam has the Steam sales, and everyone knows how good they are. We have to see something like that from Epic being that large. But this is definitely a very strong way to get people on your platform, and I think they're taking the hit because they can take it and they have the money to afford it just to get people on the platform.
So what I found is, like, Steam is still my go-to. I hate to say it, I got hundreds of games on there. And when I buy a game, the first thing I do is I go over to Humble Bundle, or Humble Store, and which we're partnered with, and I go over and I say, hey, I'm going to buy this game and I'm going to donate some money to charity. Right? That's typically how I work. Now that gives me a Steam code. But what I have noticed and I've done with Epic is Epic will send me an email, or I'll see that Epic Store's got a sale on right now for this particular publisher. I'm like, hey, I want that game. Oh, wait, it's not on sale anywhere else. I'll go buy it on the Epic Store. So it has opened up to me buying games that are cheaper there. It's now become, is it cheaper on Steam, Humble, or Epic, and I'll buy it wherever it's cheapest. And if I haven't got anywhere cheapest and they're always the same, I buy it on Humble. And that's kind of become my MO. But you know, is this philosophy of like for developers like giving games away, is this kind of akin to what Game Pass is doing? Oh, come over, we'll pay you $2 million, you'll be on Game Pass for 6 months, you're an indie developer, thanks very much, but on just a larger scale.
Uh, I'm not sure. See, I'm unlike where with Microsoft, and they've got their long running idea of their platform and how they want to change things and how they want to see it go over the next few years and onwards. That's one thing. Epic just trying to get people on their platform through some cash grab sort of situations of free games that are, expensive new games for free. It's hard to see if they're going to continue doing that. I think I I'm not sure they'll keep it up. I think they'll get to a point where they'll think they've got enough users that are active their platform, and they'll drop back from such great deals on these free games to more like what you expect, an indie game that's normally $15 for free, instead of like a game that's 50 or $60, you know? Um, and I also believe that, you know, they have gained a ton of revenue, like a ton over the last couple of years from Fortnite. And that stuff is now really pushing Epic to try to change what they are as a company. No longer just a developer, no longer just doing engine stuff, which is already a massive amount of revenue, but now to a distribution service to try to I want to emphasize, try to um, battle Steam.
Well, it's to
Steam on
diverse.
the other hand, Steam on the other hand, that I don't think they need to do any of what Epic's doing. They're so grounded in the community and so grounded in being who they are. I don't think they'll ever have to try to compete the same way. I think Epic's just trying to catch up very quickly, and they have the money to do so.
They're trying to diversify their portfolio. Like any business, it's better to be involved in lots of things because you never know which part of your business is going to have competition, right? But I tell you what it does do, and I can't stress this enough, it's awesome publicity, right? Because when you go into a forum, you go N4G, you go wherever you go, and you sort of see Epic giveaway, this game is amazing, there's a ton of reviews out for it. Epic again, GTA 5, how they do it. It's like get over to Epic Store. It's free advertising, right, in a way. And they're coming off as like the underdog that gives away free stuff, where Steam is like, you make all this money and you do these sales, and then you have all these sales that we used to get flash sales. My favorite part of Steam sale was flash sales. You every day there was 5 or 6 games that were on like 90% off or 80% off, and they got rid of that and they turned it into you earn credits for doing it that you can pay for emojis that I really can't care about in order to have all the games at 50% off. And you're like, oh, I really miss those flash sales. Like they were the highlight of Steam sales. Oh, maybe you'll give away a free game every month, Steam, support an indie title or support an indie game. No, they don't do that. So I think publicly Epic looks better out of it, doesn't it?
Uh, See, this is the thing, right? Is like you could argue in the short term, hey, why isn't Steam doing this? But Steam has been around for a lot longer, and they used to do things that I don't say used to, but they've proven themselves as Steam, the number one platform to go to buy digital content on PC. They don't need to do it just to appease people to make them happy. I mean, the sales are still good when they come around. They're still good sales, but I do agree with you that the card stuff, the emoji stuff, never looked into it. Whenever I get a card, I sell it. Most of the time when I get in-game content, I sell it, and I use that to buy like a game that goes to sale for like $2.99 or something, right? But Epic, like I said, they need to catch up, and one of the best ways probably to do that is to give away stuff people want, or at least seems like ridiculous value. If Steam suddenly said, you know what, we see Epic's doing that, and Epic was catching up, I have no doubt Steam would suddenly be like, you know what, we're bringing back flash sales. Or, like you said, maybe they'll do like a free game a month that's 2 or 3 games a month free that are indie games that don't cost them much at all. But
Yeah.
on this is where the weird gap is. I've yet to look into this, but I could see this being an issue. Is Epic has definitely blown up with Fortnite, and it would be silly to think that that wasn't a huge revenue for them. That is really helping them push a lot of things lately. Steam's model has not changed for years, and the only game they've released in the last several years has been Half-Life Alyx, the VR, after also releasing a VR kit that costs $1,000 straight up. Their money of where they put where they want to go. I'm sure Steam has a ton of money, but they're definitely not throwing it around. So where the power dynamic lies here in the long run, or in the next 5 to 6 months
Well,
of
hang
what's
on a
happening,
second.
we'll have to see
Hang
what
on a
happens.
second. That leads us to our final question, right? in 5 years' time, or 2 years' time, 5 years' time, next 2 to 5 years, does Epic capture enough market share to stress out Steam, or are they just going to become another Green Man Gaming humble bundle site that has a lot of people that go to it, but it will never take off the mantle of the king? And in my opinion, Steam has a long way to go before Epic is a threat, and it has an even longer way to go before Epic actually even passes them out. And I think what you said about, oh, I'm going to get my free game and I'm going back to Steam, and that's what I've been doing except for sales, is going to be because guess what? My library is on Steam. So my feeling is Epic have a long way to go to challenge Steam.
Yeah, Steam has been around for a long time now. Steam has been around for about, I'm gonna take a wild guess. I think they've been around for about 15 years, haven't they? If not
It's
a bit
got to
more.
be something
Since
like that.
since Half-Life 2's released, probably around 2004. I think that's when they released Half-Life 2.
That
Or
sounds about
2003.
right during the original Xbox
Yeah,
cycle.
and the fact is that no one over that time has come close to even wanting to compete with them. So to suddenly come up and be like, "Hey, I got a store in the next 2 to 3 years, 3 to 5 years to catch up with them," uh, too many people have their libraries, like you said. That will still be their go-to platform that they've had for years. I've got hundreds of games. You got hundreds of games. Whether Epic just becomes, like I said, I don't know if it become like a Green Man Gaming, like the websites. After all, this is a desktop app. Desktop apps stay on your system. You don't necessarily go to web apps all the time or portals for buying games. You have your go-tos, but you don't have that. Oh, I'm going to buy that game I want off this platform. You go. I'm going to think Steam. So I think Epic's gonna have to just find a way to be sustainable in what they want to achieve. And I think if they can do that, and that makes them happy, and they can give away some free games, and they can get a like a 25% market share, even if I don't know if that's generous or shortcoming, but even if they got that, that's fine. And the biggest thing I think that we're not thinking about is we're talking about us, right? We're talking about people who've been around for a pretty good while playing these games and using the platform. Epic is now going to probably appeal to those people who love Fortnite getting onto PCs. Kids who are going to grow up, buy PCs, love Epic Games, are going to go to get the Epic Store. I'm not going to care about Steam. Their new thing is going to be Epic.
No,
So Epic
that's a good
Epic
point, right? Because they said, if you're 15 years old and you've been playing Fortnite for 3 years and you get your first PC, you go Epic Store, right? You don't even look at Steam, right? And
yeah, it
that's
might
an
not be
interesting point.
it might not be a thing for them. As once again, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen and that's their game plan, but a lot of their community might build from people who have not had a history with computers or with, sorry, a digital marketplace like Steam.
Well, I think, yeah. I mean, and that's what time will tell. 5 years from now, when these 16-year-olds are 21, buying Epic Games all the time, does that eat into Steam, right? And I think that's a good place to leave this conversation. I think we both agreeing that, it take a long shot for them to dismount Steam, but we're gonna have to see if the growth is steady and see where it ends up. But thank you for joining us. This discussion on Epic Games and how their exclusivity is trying to drive up the competition on Steam. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And we're gonna do more of these conversations as the months go by, and we're gonna have let's plays and other content. And head over to our Discord and check that out. There's full of content creators kicking out awesome content all the time.